Section 2.
Company representative
You will hear a holiday company representative
talking to a group of tourists
talking a talking to a group of tourists
in a large hotel
in a large hotel
about things they can do
about things they can do
during their holiday.
during their holiday.
First, you have some time
First, you have some time
to look at questions 11
to look at questions 11
to 16.
to 16.
Carefully and answer
Now, listen carefully and answer
questions 11 to 16.
questions 11 to 16.
Hello, everyone. I'm
Hello everyone, I'm
Jake Stevens, and
Jack Stevens and
I'm your rep here at the
I'm your rep here at the
hotel. I'm
hotel.
sure you'll all have a great time here.
I'm sure you'll I'm sure you'll I'm sure you'll all have a great time here.
So, let me tell you a bit about
So let me tell you a bit about
what's on offer.
what's on offer.
I'll start by telling you
I'll start by telling you
about some of the excursions
about some of the excursions that
that are available for guests.
are available for guests.
One thing you have to do while you're
One thing you have to do while
here is go dolphin watching.
your hair is go dolphin watching.
On our boat trips, we pretty
On our boat trips, we pretty
well guarantee you'll see
well guarantee your see
dolphins.
dolphins.
If you don't, you can repeat the trip
If you don't, you can repeat the trip
free of charge.
free of charge.
We organize daily trips
We organize daily trips
for just 35
for just 35
euros.
euros.
Fortunately, there aren't any
Unfortunately, unfortunately, there aren't any
places left for this afternoon's
places left for this afternoon's
trip, but
trip,
come and see me to book
but come and see me to book
for later in the week.
for later in the week.
If you're energetic,
If you're energetic,
I'd recommend our forest
I recommend our forest
walk.
walk.
It's a guided walk of about
It's a guided walk of about
7 kilometers.
7 kilometers.
There'll be a stop halfway,
There'll be a stop halfway,
and you'll be provided
and you'll be provided
with a drink and sandwich.
with a drink and
Just
sandwiches.
there's some fairly steep
There's some fairly steep climbs
climbs up the hills, so
up the hills,
you need to be reasonably
so you need to be reasonably
fit for this one
fit for this one
with good shoes.
with good shoes.
So, and bring a waterproof
So, and bring a waterproof
in case it rains.
in case it rains.
It's just 25
It's just 25
euros all inclusive,
euros all inclusive,
and it's every Wednesday.
and it's every Wednesday.
Then on Thursdays, we
Then on Thursday, we organize
organize a cycle trip,
a cycle trip,
which will give you all the fun of
which will give you all the fun
biking without
of biking without
the effort.
the effort.
We'll take you and your bike
Well, take you and your bike
up to the top of Mount
up to the top of Mount Lana
Lana and leave you to bike back.
and leave you to bike back.
It's a 700
It's a 700
meter drop in just
meter meter drop in just
20 kilometers. So
20 kilometers.
this is really for
So this isn't really for
inexperienced cyclists,
inexperienced cyclists,
as you'll be going pretty
as you'll be going pretty
fast.
fast.
And if it's a clear day,
And if it's a clear day,
you'll have fantastic
you'll have fantastic
views.
views.
On our local craft tour,
On our local craft tour,
you can find out about the
you can find out about the traditional
traditional activities in the
activities in the island.
island. And the best thing about this trip
And the best thing about this trip
is that it's completely
is that it's completely
free.
free.
You'll be taken to a factory
You'll be taken to a factory
where jewelry is made
where a jewelry is made,
and also a ceramics
and also a ceramic
center.
center.
If you want, you can buy
If you want, you can buy
some of the products,
some of the products,
but that's entirely up to you.
but that's entirely up to you.
The trip starts after lunch on
The trip starts after lunch on
Thursday, and
Thursday,
you'll return by
and you return by
6 p.m.
6 p.m.
If you're interested in
If you're interested in
astronomy,
astronomy,
you may already know
that
the island's one of the
the island's one of the
best places in the world
best places in the world to
to observe the night sky.
observe the night sky.
We can offer trips to the observatory
We can offer trips to the observatory up to the observatory
on Friday for those
on Friday for those
who are interested.
who are interested.
They cost 90 euros per
They cost 90 euros per
person,
person,
and you'll be shown the huge
and you'll be shown the huge
telescopes and have
telescopes and
a talk from an expert
have a talk from an expert
who'll explain all
who will explain all
about how they work.
about how they work.
Afterwards, we'll head down
Afterwards, we'll head down
to Sunset Beach,
to Sunset Beach,
where you can have a dip in the
where you can have her dip in the
ocean if you want,
ocean if you want.
before we head off back to
Before we head off back to
the hotel.
the hotel.
Finally, there's horse riding.
Finally, there's horse riding.
This is organized by the Equestrian
This is organized by the Equestrian Center
Center over near Playa Cortino,
over near Playa Cortino,
and it's a great experience if you're a keen
and it's a great experience if you are a keen
horseback rider,
horseback rider,
or even if you've never been
or even if or even if you've never been
on a horse before.
on a horse before.
They take you down to the beach,
They take you down to the beach.
and you can canter along the sand
You can canter along the sand
and through the waves.
and through the waves.
It costs 35 euros, and
It costs 35 euros and
it's available every day.
it's available every day.